More than 1 million migrants arrived in Greece in 2015 and 2016. Access to safe shelter and basic services, including health and education, was necessary for thousands of them. Thanks to the European Union's financial support, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees set up the Emergency Support to Integration and Accommodation Scheme, ESTIA, to provide housing to vulnerable asylum seekers. In 2019, Greece committed to assume the management of this scheme without disrupting the services provided. The European Commission, the European Asylum Support Office, and the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees have joined forces to support Greece in completing this transformation.
In 2016, none of us was prepared for having hundreds and thousands of people arriving in Europe, and nor was Greece. So we, from the European Commission, namely humanitarian aid, namely DG ECHO, helped.
Of course, we acted in emergency. We have used the humanitarian organization to help us controlling and managing the first months and days of the migration crisis. But then, together with Greece, we moved toward the sustainable project.
European Commission, DG Home and UNHCR help us to create an accommodation system, ESTIA program. ESTIA program was planned to accommodate vulnerable people, women, sick persons, families.
The vulnerable people are supposed to be accommodated under special circumstances, with special services. We should actually separate them from the rest of the crowd and keep them in a place which is safe for them. Gradually, from 2019, we decided that we are supposed to take over all the programs that were running under UNHCR or IOM. And this is what we did. We moved from the international organization to the state organization, which is a ministry. It was a huge task. We needed everything that we could get in capacity. Not only the expertise of experts, but also to get in touch with what was happening on the ground. This is why the technical support through DG Reform is crucial.
We have continued to work very closely with the international organizations, and then of course it's our objective to withdraw and let the member states manage the situation itself.
This particular example is absolutely replicable to other member states. One, because they know that there is a system through which migration is analyzed and controlled, and two, because if such an emergency would appear in another member state, we have a model to which we can refer.
Starting up, managing, and successfully transitioning a program such as ESTIA, which provided essential services and accommodation for tens of thousands of refugees and asylum seekers, was no easy task. It was only through a close cooperation between the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, the Ministry for Migration and Asylum, and the European Commission that we were able to successfully achieve this.
The state is not needed on the field. An NGO or international organization can run an accommodation scheme with flats on the ground as a partner to the government. Nostos is the biggest partner in ESTIA program. They are running, I think, a program of 4,000 people being hosted in flats all over Greece. So it is by far the biggest partner that we have in this program.
We run 840 apartments. But the point is to go beyond just accommodating and also support the everyday life in Europe. We use the offices for psychosocial support sessions with families or individual persons, depending on the case and on the need.
Migration flows were called to be a disaster for Europe, but it was also a big opportunity. An opportunity to come closer. In the past, I have this feeling that we only talked about financial issues. Now we also cooperate on the field and we know each other better. I now know much more things than I knew for the Germans, the Dutch, the French and every other EU member state. This will help our unity inside the Union.